Hey dudes, I recently was diagnosed with shingles. I posted that on the comment section on this channel, and I'm going to make a quick video about it. Right off the bat, I'm feeling decent today. I think I've peaked, so to speak, and I think I'm getting better now. You can't see any of it on my face. I had a little bit on my neck. I had a lymph node on my neck that was swollen. My neck is still very stiff. I don't know exactly what that's about. I'm going to get into it. And then pretty much all of the scabbing and blisters were on the right side kind of my scalp here. If you draw a line, it'd be on the right side, and it followed the side of my head in a C shape down to the where my neck joins into my skull here was all, and still is, very red. And it's not the same stuff you have when you have chicken pox. It's these blisters as if you were burnt. So anyways, I'm 31, and usually people that get this are like 65. So that's a little bit of a curiosity. There's been some people who have told me that younger people are now getting this and they've linked it to COVID. I don't know if that's true. I can see it being a possibility. I just think that we would need to wait like 10 years to see data to actually see if that's true or not to prove it. But my mind's open to that. But what the doctor said is everyone who's had chickenpox already has shingles, and it flares up when your immune system tanks and you're compromised, and that can happen in really stressful times of your life, and that makes sense to me. I think that's what happened. But anyway, so how I discovered this and kind of what happened and the story behind it is I felt like I screwed up my neck and I had a disc injury in my neck. I'm still not 100% sure if the disc injury is real or if it's just part of the inflammation from the shingles, and the doctors can't really give me 100% on that until the shingles clears. So anyways, I woke up one day, neck was really stiff. I called my family doctor, who is on vacation for another 2 weeks, so I couldn't see him. And I felt like, man, like this was maybe 5 days ago, and I couldn't even turn my head really. And I took a day off work, and I was like, holy fuck, like my neck is so stiff. Like I think I've actually like melted a disc out of my neck. Like it hurt so bad. So I went to an urgent care facility, and they put me with a physio who just gave me some stretches to do at home, and just said it'll get better over time. And I kind of pointed, like I said, like it might be more of a serious injury than that, because my lymph node is protruding and the top of my head is really sensitive, so it might have like some nerve damage here, because I was kind of concerned that maybe I actually in the gym or sleeping or at work, it would probably be the gym, because I do a lot of shoulders, and I do wrestlers bridges as well. So I was thinking like maybe I actually really done it this time and snapped something up in the gym and caused nerve damage. So I was really concerned about that. And she kind of said, well, you don't need to see a doctor. It'll just clear up. And she kind of shooed me out. And 2 days later, my neck was swollen really bad, like puffer fish bad. And I was like, holy fuck, I'm in pain. I went back. They gave me a nurse this time. Both times they didn't give me a doctor. The first time they gave me a physio. Second time they gave me a nurse. And the nurse pretty well knew what she was looking for right away. I said the same symptoms I told the physiotherapist, and she looked under, like she took a comb to my hair and she looked under, and she's like, "You have shingles, my friend." That's a quote. That's what she said. And I was like, sweet, I'm someone's friend. But also I was like, oh, that's fucking so fucking bullshit. Like that's literally the worst thing. Well, no, she could have said you have AIDS. That would have been the worst thing. But I guess that's treatable now. Ebola definitely would have been worse, or monkeypox. Monkeypox or Ebola would have been a lot worse. But it was pretty bad. I was like, shingles, like, what the fuck is that even? Like, I'm thinking, like, that's something that, like, somebody that's 70 would get that. And I don't know what the fuck it is. I got a brief explanation that is related to chickenpox and whatever. She wrote me a prescription for an antiviral, and that was very helpful because I think it contained it only to my scalp and a little bit on my Adam's apple region. If it wasn't for the antiviral, I think it would have spread further. And if it goes into the eye, it starts around the eye and it goes into the eye. When that happens, 1 in 10 people can have vision loss or blindness. So I'm really happy that hasn't happened. And I hope I'm not jinxing it by saying I'm better, because I'm not 100% sure if I am. But it does seem like it's managed. It might be just in a starting phase now, and I might not even have hit the peak. Maybe I'm just on the first stair and it's going to get worse and worse. So I have no idea. This is all new to me. But it does seem like I've peaked in pain, and I do have the pain meds now. But anyways, she gave me that prescription. I took it home. And then about a day and a half, well, no, I shouldn't say day and a half. It was either a day or 2 days. I'm not 100% sure. So I was kind of trying to compromise with a day and a half there, but let's think here. I took that. It was a day, and then it was 1 day. It was 1 day, and I went back looking for pain meds, specifically. Actually, it was 2 days. I'm not really all there right now. It was 2 days, and the 2 days that I'm talking about is today. I went back today, and I got the pain meds, and they gave me an actual physician, MD, PhD, actual doctor this time, and I was like, holy shit, it's like a unicorn. And she prescribed the pain meds that I have. I'm trying not to touch my eyes too much. But she gave me the pain meds that I'm on now, which actually kind of felt a little bit like marijuana when I took it. I took it, and the pain was kind of dissipating. So I was like, I feel decent enough to go for a walk around the block. And when I was walking around the block, I was kind of feeling like my legs were really heavy, and I was kind of melting into the sidewalk. And I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be out fucking around on these meds. Maybe I should just go home. And I've been home pretty much 4 days now, bored out of my mind, cabin fever, going crazy, like sitting, and I've been binge watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's the first time I've ever seen a series. It's okay. It's not as great as people have been saying, but the first season wasn't very good. The second season was okay. Third season might be better. It might be one of those rarities where the show gets better as it progresses. Usually it's the other way around and they get worse, but sometimes it's rare. A show will get better with the seasons, but man, I've just been cramming them in my head, and I've just been going stir crazy sitting here. But anyways, kind of the symptoms of this is a pulsating kind of electric type of shock, boom, boom of pain. It's throbbing and it's burning. The blisters aren't like pimples. They're more like water-filled blisters that you'd get like if you were burnt by a lighter and your skin is red. It's something to do with the nerves. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm not a doctor, scientist, biologist, pharmacist. I'm none of that. So I am not going to get into that. But extremely painful, and whatever was going on with my neck, whether it was just the swelling of the lymph nodes to do with the shingles, or if it was a injury to the disc and the shingles made that inflammation in the neck worse. It's hard to tell and debatable which pain is worse, the neck or the scalp. And they could both be shingles, or one could be the disc and one the scalp could be shingles, but they're both intertwined at this point because of all the inflammation. And last night, which I didn't have the pain meds yet, I was pretty much rolling around on my bed, couldn't sleep. I was in extreme pain. I was getting the sweats, and it's not really hot in here. It's just normal. I was kind of sweating. I was kind of rolling around. I was having nightmares. I was kind of having like almost like spiritual religious experiences. Like I was not hallucinating, but I was kind of drifting in and out of a dream state at one point. And I was I felt really alone. I felt really isolated because, like I said, I've been kind of just sitting here sick, and I haven't really been talking to anybody. And it was a scary night. And I don't know if everyone has that reaction to shingles. Probably not. It was probably just a combination of all the stress of my life compiled with the shingles and the neck injury all at once. Kind of, I was hearing on Joe Rogan, like those guys that break their legs to get taller so that they can attract women. They have to like sleep like and repair their bodies for like 3 months, and they have like these religious experiences doing it. It almost felt like a mini version of that. Like I was like going through like mental changes almost, like through all this like shock wave pain in my neck. It was kind of scary, and it was really weird. And I would get up and I would just pace around the place because I couldn't sleep, and I got maybe 2-3 hours of sleep. I'm just getting back to eating again. I showered once through all this, but I can't really touch my scalp. Combing my hair is not a good thing to be doing right now. It is interesting that I only have it on the scalp under my hair, so I can go out in public and look normal. I don't have it all over my face, where it would be extremely noticeable, which is nice. I do have a little bit under my goatee that it popped when I was in the waiting room. I was kind of playing with my chin here, and I rubbed it, and it kind of, the blister popped in my hand. I was like, oh, that's gross, kind of science fiction-y, because it just grows out, and it's like a burn blister, like if you got burnt by a lighter, but it just grows on its own and then bursts on its own, or if you touch it, obviously. And it's weird. It reminds me of Ebola. It's not that serious, obviously, because I think the fatalities on Ebola are like 60%, and it's full of blood and all that stuff. But it's science fiction-y, not fun. And I'm worried about if I get off the pain meds, and if the neck problem is not to do with shingles and it's a disc problem, and I've been masking the pain of that, and I've been making it worse by moving around, that could be a whoopsie. But movement does heal things like that. So a combination of movement and rest should be fine on that. I was taking a lot of Tylenol yesterday, and I called a health line, and they actually said I was past the maximum dose. I believe they quoted, or they said, and I'm going to say now, the maximum dose was between 4,000 and 5,000 milligrams. 4 to 5,000 milligrams of Tylenol per day, and I think I was taking 6 to 7, which can cause liver damage. But I only did it for 1 day, so they said I'll be fine and just don't do it again. I did switch to Advil after that, but the nurse said to do Tylenol and not Advil because I wasn't eating. I'm eating a bit more now, so I can do the Advil on top of the pain meds that they gave me. So I've been doing both, and I've been taking the antiviral, and I feel like I'm going to be back to normal by Friday. I think tomorrow's Wednesday. I don't know when I'm going to post this or when people are going to watch it, but tomorrow's Wednesday. I think I'll be back to normal by Friday. That's at least my guess, my projection. It's been, the neck pain started over a week ago, not like 9 days. The scalp pain started maybe 5 days. So that's kind of, I think they say it usually lasts about 2 weeks. So, I mean, I don't know if I caught it early, if I caught it mid. They say sometimes if there's nerve damage, the pain can last up to 3 months. I hope not. I really hope not, because it's the neck pain that's the most debilitating out of everything. I think last night the scalp pain was what kept me up, but when I'm awake, the neck pain is probably the most debilitating, and it gets in my psyche when I can't perform at my best. I feel really uncomfortable just being in public. Like I don't know, I kind of feel like I need to be at my best to be able to defend myself if something crazy happens. Like, it's overthinking and paranoia probably, but like I don't feel great going out in public when I feel like I can't handle myself, or if my neck is all screwed up. Anyways, so that's my ramble and update about my life and the shingles thing. I had COVID 2 years ago. I have the COVID vaccine as well. I didn't have a chickenpox vaccine, but I did have chickenpox when I was 6 or 7, around kindergarten age, I believe. This is worse than COVID for sure. It was extremely painful. COVID wasn't painful. And I'm sure a lot of people listening to this have had COVID by now. COVID, you're just very lethargic. You were extremely tired. I had that kind of labored breathing. It was like a really, really bad cold mixed maybe with a little bit of flu symptoms in there as well. When I had COVID, I just felt like a dead person. I just slept for like 4 days, and then I got my fluids in, and then I kind of got better. There's a loss of taste. It was kind of like a foggy period. That was kind of COVID to me. That's how it affected me. In comparison to what this is, to what shingles is, this was like electric shock therapy. This was like getting slowly tortured. This was having your skin burnt. This was having not being able to move my neck properly, not being able to sleep, having sweats. And if the neck is part of the shingles, which it might be, it's been longer than a week now. So it really sucks. I would say shingles, if I'm reviewing shingles, which it kind of seems like I'm reviewing shingles at this point. So shingles was way fucking worse than COVID, way worse. And, yeah, so leave a comment if you want. If you don't, you don't have to. If you found this video interesting, like or subscribe. I am doing quite a bit better now. I'm going to actually make a video right after I close this video off. I'm going to make another one reviewing Joker 2, because I actually, believe it or not, as sick as I am, I went in a theater by myself with a reclining chair, and I laid down and I watched Joker 2, and spoiler alert to the video I'm going to make, it wasn't as bad as people are saying it is. I think 2 or 3 people made bad reviews, and just that was kind of, everyone just jumped on that. It wasn't actually bad at all, and it did actually match the first one quite good too. So anyways, thanks for checking this out. Like and subscribe. Peace out. God bless.